Hello, hello, and welcome to Krylyk's Resorts. We are back. Hopefully, hopefully you are prepared for resort-like ambiance in this beautiful, beautiful world. So I still got there's so much to do, so little time, but I did make a new palm tree over here, and I kind of worked on the beach a little bit, and I've started out a little area here, and this is going to be kind of like our I don't really want to call it tiki bar because it's not like a bar, if you know what I mean. It's more like I want this to be like the main eatery on the beach type scenario. It is going to be kind of tiki styled, similar styling to, you know, the buildings over there. But I kind of worked a lot with the size and scope of what I wanted this thing because I wanted to have it's big. Right? Don't get me wrong. It is big. But I wanted to have some flexibility there for things like potentially putting in some auto cooker furnaces, stuff like that. Just other things that I can maybe put or hide within this thing. And some of it might even have to go underneath the ground. So, you know, don't get me wrong there, right? But just those little things where I'm starting to look into other ways or other things that we can more or less do here. So, you know, a lot of this sand that I put down here, I'm actually going to pull back up now, kind of in a 2 or a 3 wide scenario, just trying to get my footing a little bit. We need to put down like a wood floor, right? Like, I don't expect my workers to be, you know, on like sand the entire day. That would be rather difficult, uncomfortable, all that kind of stuff. So we got a little bit of stuff to manipulate that somewhat. And yeah, just basically start to build this out a little bit. There's a lot of little tiny details that I hope will come through quite nicely as we are kind of jumping back into our world, right? Like I've been away for a bit, I've been on vacation, all that fun stuff, and we're kind of just getting started, jumping back into it a little bit here. So I definitely want to play around with probably putting in some birch here along the sides and see what that looks like in the overall. I like my andesite smooth stone, right? A lot of what you typically would have in resorts and stuff like that would be like a concrete countertop, right? Like that's kind of the look I'm going for here with this whole setup. So, you know, just little details like that I'm trying to think of when we put in our builds and when we expand on them and all of that kind of stuff. So anyways, it's a lot of little tinkering and stuff like that, but I had a fantastic vacation. Absolutely wonderful. We hit 42 degrees Celsius or like 108 degrees Fahrenheit while I was away, which was great because we had a pool. But, you know, being up here in Canada land, we don't really have air conditioning in a lot of places. There are people that have it, don't get me wrong. I used to have air conditioning, and I miss it, to say the least. But I am thankful that we had, like, a pool and a lake nearby, so some places to kind of cool down and chill out. A little bit more so, right? So I'm really happy that we had access to that technology to, you know, let the dogs go swim in the lake and, you know, keep them nice and cool, as well as myself and the kids and my wife. We could, you know, jump down to the pool and all that kind of stuff. I got to work on my tan a little bit while we were doing it, and yeah, just good fun overall. For this vacation, we had a blast, to be honest. So yeah, I appreciate having the flexibility to potentially do stuff like that on occasion, and it was beautiful and gorgeous all at the same time. So yeah, definitely cool. So what I'm gonna do here is kind of sort of go around a little bit and put in you know, kind of like a boardwalk, right? Like this would be people coming up. It is an establishment. It's not like full on just stuff, if you know what I mean. You know what? Here, maybe we'll do a swim up. Maybe we'll do a swim up style in this section here instead of that. So let's go around the other way. We got a little bit of beach over here. I'm thinking all of this is going to be some primary beachfront, you know, property type stuff. And then, of course, over here we have our private villas, and there's a little bit of extra beach over here. But I'm thinking we'll have maybe some tables and chairs or something like that over here. I don't know. I'm kind of torn a little bit with the private beach that I have over there. I don't want to make this area too noisy for somebody that might want like a quieter experience overall. But, you know, it's one of those little things where you start to kind of advance and develop a plan for this. So let me work on some of this and we'll jump right back in. Yeah, so I'm back here. I've made a little bit of, you know, a bar, right? This is kind of my bar thought process and idea. It's kind of weird that you like bounce up and down on trapdoors, but anyways, nice little stools, stuff like that. I gotta figure out something for these corner ones. They worked out really well, but I think maybe like an azalea bush. Yeah, you know what, let's go and get ourselves an azalea bush. I got the moss. Let's go and do this right now. So we take the moss, and again, it's been a bit, but I think we do this and then we bone meal it. Yeah, and then you get other additional things. So that is an azalea, an azalea, and an azalea. And then also all of this is now moss blocks as well, which is a completely different block, which is really cool. And then you can do it a couple of times to get yourselves, you know, more of these azaleas if you want to. Things like that, which is good. It does also do moss carpet if you go. So yeah, that's cool as well. But yeah, so anyways, let's just keep on trucking here. Obviously you get all of the grass as well, but you have to kind of be careful on the moss because it breaks so quickly, even with a bare hand, right? You can see like bare hand, it is just snapping, right? It's really easy to do that up. And collect all of this moss, which is a very unique and very cool building block in my opinion. But yeah, you're better off pretty much using almost no tool on these blocks, so kind of keep that in mind. But it does convert your soil or your dirt and all that kind of stuff into other things, so keep that in mind as well. All right, azalea, very nice, very nice. We got 7 of them. That's not too bad. That's not too bad. Let's grab a little bit more of this carpet. I could even use this as like part of the bar if I wanted to. I think it would look a little bit weird, but hey, you never know. You never know, right? Azalea, very good. More ground moss. So yeah, anyways, pretty cool thing. You can find moss blocks in the world. This is a 118 change. So yeah, it's definitely a thing that I look forward to kind of exploring as we go. I actually see moss being very useful in a couple of different spots, and we'll get to those at some point in time. I don't really have an application for them just yet in the world, but I do foresee some really cool and funky, unique things that you could do with it. But yeah, anyways, so there we go. There we have it. We got ourselves some azaleas. That's good. And then I think, if I'm trying to remember, so we can make more moss carpet, you know, out of the moss blocks, which is good. Obviously farming moss blocks is super useful as well, but I'm just curious how this looks. There's a little dude. Oxalotl. Oxalotl. Is that what they call him again? But I'm curious to see how this looks just kind of like that. Yeah, that's pretty nice. Can you like... Oh. Oh, hello. Oh, hello. Okay, so you can get yourself an azalea tree. And then I think, yeah, the flowering azalea leaves. Those are the item I want. Look at this. So now we got a flowered bush in Minecraft. And not like the rose bushes and things like that. This is actually a leaf block that has flowers in it. I'm so excited for this. It's not even funny. It is just oak, so that's interesting as well. But for the most part, I just want these leaves. I just want the leaves. Okay. Oh, and it grows very uniquely. Okay. So it grows a little bit different. And are these, I wonder, are these azalea leaves? Is it a new leaf type? I'm not too sure. But anyway, so that is an azalea tree that you can kind of get and grow and do lots of crazy, awesome, fun things with, if you so choose to do so. I really want these flowered leaves because, for many reasons. Let's just see. What is this? What is this? That is... Oh, it is straight up azalea leaves. Okay, good to know. Good to know. All right, so there's a completely different new leaf type as well that we're going to have to explore in our adventures. But what I'm kind of thinking is... oh, what's this? What is this? Rooted dirt. Rooted dirt. Interesting. So that is a different form of dirt. You know, I am not overly familiar as to what rooted dirt is and what it does, but I think here is a perfect example of a place where you can utilize a moss block underneath a flowering azalea leaf. It'll give it that little bit of extra green overall, and I think that that really will work out quite nicely. So, without further ado, I'm going to do this around the corners. It just adds that little splash of color that we're kind of begging for on this beach, right? Like, we're so, you know, sand washed and, you know, wood and sand and all that kind of stuff that it really just is gonna brighten up this whole space, having just that little bit of green going on there. See? Makes a big difference in my eyes. In my eyes, it makes a big difference. I'm still torn a little bit on the spruce. I think I'll keep it, the spruce trap doors that we have here. I was also debating the, like, wool or carpet that we could do there. I mean, the other thing would be, like, you know, moss carpet, right? But I don't think that that's really overly necessary as well. So yeah, anyways, this worked out pretty darn well. I'm very happy. Now, one of the things, or two, I should say, of the things that I haven't done yet. Well, one of them I haven't done yet, and another I haven't done in quite some time. So, without further ado, let's grab a quick little chest, just because I'm going to store some of this moss stuff in here. And we can throw that in there, and the rooted dirt. I gotta figure out what all that does anyways, so... you know what? Yeah, that can go in there as well. And bone meal in there. Okay. Good. Good, good, good. Let's just do that. Clean up a little bit. Alright, so, two things that I gotta get, you know, before we can finish all this up. One is cactus. I have not gotten a single cactus yet, and I need some green dye in my life. I absolutely do. So that's a thing. I don't think... Actually, can this be turned into green dye somehow? Can you cook this? Nope. Okay, thought I'd try. So I need green dye. That is one of the things, so I gotta go over and get cactus. And the other thing is, I have not been over to my iron farm in ages. So I kind of want to go take a look and see what I have for iron. All right, at the Iron Golem farm first. Let's see where we're at. Oh, yes. This is good. This is very good. Look at all that. What is that? Almost 9 stacks while we were just building away, right? Just building away. Haven't really AFK'd at all. And 9 stacks of iron waiting for us. Can't go wrong there. We gotta head over yonder in this direction, I believe. Anyways. To go to our desert and grab some cactus, get that one done, and plant it a little bit so that we can get some of that rolling as well. And then from there, we should be in pretty good shape to finish up our little tiki bar cookout spot. I don't really know a good name for it. Does anybody have a good name? It's not like a cocktail. Well, I mean, it is a bar too, so... You know, bar, drinks, food. Man, maybe we need a good name for it. Let me know down below in the comment section. After you slap that like button and such, of course. But slide on down and let me know if you got any clever names for a building like we were talking about right here. So, yeah, hit me up. Aw, would you look at that? It's Hartsburg. Ha ha ha. Ha ha. Funny joke. But yeah, there we go. We got Cactus O. I've already explored that guy. I just didn't get Cactus. I must have left some somewhere in my adventures. I thought I had some. But anyways, let's go and get this cacti and be done with this huge quest. Oh yeah, there we go. New recipes unlocked. Okay, so I did not grab a cactus at all. That's just my mistake. But yeah, anyways, so we'll jump on back and I'm going to work a little bit off camera on the bar. I got to figure out the lay of the land, exactly what I'm putting in there. And while you all think about what to name it. All right, so we are back and I've kind of sort of, I think I've gotten a pretty good handle on the roof. It's definitely a lot different than the other roofs, right? It's a little bit more manufactured, a little bit taller. You know, it's a bigger facility. It kind of wants to be like a beacon, if you know what I mean, of light for the most part. Let's make a quick campfire here as well, because I need that. But yeah, so I mean, if you ignore the scaffolding anyways. Yeah, the scaffolding. Still haven't done much on the inside. Obviously, it takes time to build this stuff. I've gone up and down and back and forth about 50 bazillion times. Don't quote me on that exact number, but it's close. It's close to that number. Quite a few times anyways to get exactly what I wanted out of this. So yeah, just one of those little details, I guess. Let's, I guess, jump up here. I'm gonna have to get back down somehow. Yeah, we'll go up like that. That's gonna be like our main chimney spoke. I don't really have an elytra or anything, which, you know, kind of makes me think we should probably get one of those right away, right? Should probably go to the end, you know, do some end things very soon, you know, just because. But yeah, anyways, from here, I do want to place down the campfire. Basically right here-ish, right? So we need to be at this level. So let's just see. If we go like so, and we just do a little stairs all the way around, that might make sense. And then we go like this. Good. It's a little close. And then we'll do the campfire right there. And we'll cover it up just like so. And it's starting to get spooky in here. But as you can see, we have ourselves a nice little building. It will puff out smoke occasionally, just like those. I am debating removing the one stone there. The one wall is blocking the smoke from going up as much. Let's just see. Let's see if I like it better. Right? As soon as it connects to all four sides like this, you see the smoke kind of builds up there? right? Oh, it's still kind of building up, isn't it? It's getting caught on these, especially the double. Let's try removing the double. It's not really doing much, is it, at this point? Not really. I don't know if that makes any difference whatsoever. It'll send out the occasional puff because it has something above it, right? If I got rid of both... Okay, settle down there. If I got rid of both blocks, then it'd be a consistent steam. I kind of feel like this building needs to have a more consistent steam coming out of it. Oh boy. Ouchie. Just because it's supposed to be like, you know, it's supposed to be cooking and stuff, right? Like, I'd actually like to get that campfire almost on a day-night sensor. That might be cool, but I think that this works pretty good. I do miss having the smokestack, though. I'm not like the chimney pipe, but that's okay. You know, you got to adapt, you got to adjust, right? It was kind of a nice little design feature that worked for the others, so I think it still works here, but this one definitely needs to have the smoke coming out the top. But yeah, so overall, I like it. I think it's a pretty nice setup so far, and yeah, from there, we need to worry about the inside and all the stuff in there as well. And probably going to be looking at some furnaces, some chests, you know, all that kind of stuff. I'm kind of thinking that we get ourselves a whole bunch of chests going as well, just for, you know, extra storage or this and that. And the other thing that we don't have is we don't have villagers that are going to occupy this building yet. I haven't done any butchers or anything like that. Maybe butchers. I think that's really about it, right? Butchers? Maybe, right? Maybe clerics? Right? Potions? Could be drinks? Clerics and butchers? Let me know your thoughts along with the name of this building, and we'll finish up and hopefully breed up some more villagers, you know, next episode and get them in place over here. Lots of fun. It's coming along pretty nicely, but let me work a little bit on the inside and fill things up, and then we will hopefully finish up some things here and get prepared for the next step. All right, so some additional final preparations are happening, right? We have a counter with a smoker. They got some ash, which I'm using tough here. You know, incorporating some of the new stuff. I know, right? I haven't been doing all that much of it yet, but the build of this place isn't really like deep slate go, you know, like some of a lot of other people are doing. But you know, this build here I'm really happy with. We got the azaleas coming in, and I was able to use those tufts I think quite effectively. I like those blocks quite a bit, but they do kind of miff you a little bit, right? In terms of exactly what you're looking at and what you're looking for. So yeah, it's one of those things. Oh wait, I do not want you at all. I want you. Smooth stone. Yes, indeed. So for the most part in the kitchen area, right, itself, like it's sandy and nice for everyone out here. You know, nice little boardwalk here for others. But inside here, it's going to be kept pretty decently clean, right? We have a nice clean setup here. Nothing too crazy. We are health conscious resort. You know, all that kind of fun stuff to consider and think about. I did try a couple of other blocks, but really the smooth stone, I feel, incorporates the best look. Again, like I said, it's kind of like, you know, more than likely they'd have concrete slabs or something like that. So like even a straight stone would work for the build idea that I incorporate here, but I just don't like the looks of it with everything else. So the next best is pretty much getting this smooth stone going for a little bit of a cleaner overall look, right? We're slightly cleaner with this look with the smooth stone, right? And then from there, in the back, like I said, we're going to have chests and storage in here. And I think this is where I'm going to actually store all my food, why not, right? It's our food place. Why wouldn't we store our food here? So I think that's exactly what I'm going to do. Let me just close those in and put my sword back. So yeah, I'm gonna finish this off with smooth stone, and then I think we will basically go like so. So we got smooth stone here. We have the 4 entryways, and I think we just kind of go like this on each one. So let's get ourselves a couple of more of those chests. I think it was 8 worth, right? Bloop. That gives us 4. Beautiful. Boom and boom. Okay, excellent. The other option could be that we could go barrels here. I may go barrels. We'll see how it looks. Chests are just kind of orangey, if you know what I mean, for this build. I think they're too orangey. I made up my mind right then and there. And we haven't really made a barrel yet. Oh, you know what, though? Barrels are gonna conflict with the villagers. So, let me just do this for now. That's temporary. Remind me to come back and do barrels, okay? Because we definitely need barrels in this build and not chests. Chests are just not the right color tone. You can see it, they spot out almost immediately, right, from everything else. So I think for most of our buildings and stuff like that, we actually need barrels to go in there if we're looking at storage items versus the chests that you see in front of you. Am I literally 3 short? No. Fail. Fail. All right. That's okay, though. I think we are pretty much at a point here where we can wrap it up nicely. I see my villagers working here. I see them serving food and beverages and you name it to the guests. If we do need to put in a few clerics in here, it's pretty easy to accommodate that, just by adding, you know, a few brewing stands here and there. I think it's pretty easily done. You could even add them kind of like tucked into the corners up at the front here. So that's good. One of the big problems that I have, though, if I decide to put villagers in here is, you know, they can get out, right? Look at that. They're out. So I might have to think of a quick way to counteract that a little bit, because these pesky guys, they love to escape, don't they? Yes, they do. So I'll have to kind of think up a little something there. It's probably going to mean that I have to enclose this in a little bit more, which is okay, but it's not ideal. I'd prefer to have it a little bit more open, but my guess is that we're probably going to have to do something like this. Even that, I think they can get through. Can they get through there? I don't know that they can, to be honest. As my phone goes off, I tell you. Yeah, I'm not too sure if they can get through here. I mean, I can easily get through here, so I'm guessing they can easily get through there, right? If I were to fathom a guess, I think that that's the case. So, another thing that we could do is, like, I can still get through there pretty easily. Anyways, I don't know. I'll have to run a couple of quick tests. I'll bring over a villager and chase and hunt it down later. See what we can do. I actually don't even know if they can jump up onto these trapdoors, right? So we might be okay there. The problem might come here. But again, we can change that out by just removing the andesite and putting in additional fence posts, which, you know, would be pretty easy of a change. Let me do this. We can do that and then that, right? Now that looks a little awkward, but yeah, we can't have it like that, obviously. But I mean, we can just close that in. Me no likey. Me no likey. Alright. But anyways, there's lots of little things that we can kind of adjust and change to keep them in there, if possible. Other than that, hopefully you guys liked today's build. We got a decent amount done. I gotta go cook up 3 more smooth stone, and then we gotta get some villagers in here, and I gotta do some testing on those as well. So yeah, lots of fun. I feel like we need an elytra. I feel like I need to fly around and zoom. We don't really have much for gunpowder though, so that's a different complete problem. And But elytras are fun. They're just fun. We need to kill the dragon, either way. And we need to get some villagers in there. And then I think also we need to set up an actual village breeder, right? Get rid of this guy, build a few more huts, get rid of this, and build an actual farm for this land, right? We need to build an actual farm area where we can also breed villagers. That's going to supply the island with some food and fresh fruit and mostly vegetables, fresh vegetables, so that they can, you know, use it in the kitchen over there. So anyways, that's it for me. Thank you all so much. I really do, like I said, appreciate it. I think I've said it way too many times this video. Hanging roots. Bone meal that block. Yep. You bone meal it, and you get a hanging root. Pretty cool, right? Then you shear it, and then you get these little hanging roots. Yep, that's the thing. That's the thing. All right, ladies and gents, that's it for me. Bye-bye for now. See ya.